Okay, welcome everyone to I have to think of what to call this. It's mostly a cast of a game that's already done. This is being replayed by LOL Replay. I'm just putting it up as it's interesting enough in my mind that I think I should share it with people. As you can see, I am playing Soraka in this game. I know, it's horrifying, but in ranked games, if you're last pick, you generally get stuck on support, so you might as well make the best of it. My team, as you can see, Brand, Amumu, Corki, and Soraka. We're up against Shaco, LeBlanc, Renekton, Janna, and Vayne, and you'll notice one guy has not connected. This does not change throughout this entire game. This is what makes it interesting. We will be 4v5 the entire ranked game. Now, that's pretty bad considering one of the active players, well, we're missing, as you can see, for combat, two in-combat summoners, which is Clairvoyance and Smite being taken up. Whereas if you look, it's much more easy for them. So, I will just lock on and zoom out so we can have the biggest amount. And what I will... I can't do anything about that. Be warned, there will be a little bit of harsh language in the chat when me and Amumu come to a spirited discussion about whether he should continue playing or if he should sit in AFK. So, yeah. There will be spirited discussion going on there, that's for definite. So we're working on what's going on. Generally, I will admit I'm irritable in this game when people question my abilities. So, but here's everyone's start. I think I failed and was like, what? And here I'm looking for Shaco. Shaco can start at the red buff. So and immediately Amumu's complaining, and I'm like, why wouldn't I check there? We didn't need to defend down where he is, particularly with those two covering there, and he shouldn't be able to do the blue in a 4v5 anyway. We couldn't guard it. But as we can see, already the aggression is out. So, as everyone's pointing out, they're not likely to want to. So, we just carry on. Like, right here, Corki makes a dangerous play, just going straight down to the lane. We had no idea if Shaco had come this side and was putting down boxes in the brush or anything like that. But since he's gone there, he's already trailblazed, so it's safe for me. And we can see the lane matchups going along. So I can just highlight and read off hit points as we go along. LOL Replay does have the limitation that you will not be able to see health bars if I go across. Like, for example, I'll unlock the camera. I go here, as you can see, there is no health bars. It just doesn't work that way. But I can just highlight over them, and it updates the health. So I will be trying when something is going on to highlight the health, and I'll just tell you what they finish up on. And this is when I'm trying to get a reaction from Corki, as I'm thinking having two in this lane isn't a good idea. We should basically have our jungler able to jungle, as I didn't want Shaco having complete free range to farm up a storm. Luckily though, he behaves himself, and he doesn't do too much in that front. So we can see Renek is slowly winning. He is 500 health, Amumu is down to 400. And I'm checking to see if Shaco is attempting to steal any of our buffs or do anything like that. Because I just need to find out where he is. Amumu's down to 300 health already, out of 850. He's up against Renek's 429 now. Yes, very nice manners, Hells. Very nice. Just share it with the audience. Let them see your true personality shining through. Look at them go up here. So Mumu's doing pretty well. 400. First blood. So he had 400 health remaining. Half health. So he literally must have caught him under the turret, and Rennek took some turret damage to die. That would be what I can assume happened there. So you can see that Corki is basically being hard harassed here. He's taking a lot of damage, and there's not very much I can do to prevent it. But luckily, as Soraka, I can just keep healing it back up every few. And we can see how mid's going. Brand has taken little to no damage, and same with LeBlanc, but they have been using spells. You can see Warwick's just not come into the game at all. No reconnections, nothing going on. So we're still in a pretty boring stage of the game. And this is where Shaco has made such a critical mistake in his gameplay. He's not even done one gank yet. We're 4 people, we cannot move to protect our jungle or anything. So he could just, if he ganks and shuts out one lane, he's effectively turning it into a 3v5. But luckily for us, he doesn't consider that a good play, so he's not bothered with it yet. So Mumu's already taken down another set of hit points. And this play you see here, I expected that they were trying to force the Corki back. So I put Ward in there to make sure that we take up some vision. So basically, he wouldn't walk into a face-checking gank kill. I figured that was important, and there was Shaco up top. They almost killed a Mumu, brought him down to 150 health. But we can see that, so he's done very well to survive. But it's only 6 minutes in, and they have already taken this turret. And obviously Amumu is very angry about this, because he does not like the fact we're 4v5. And I can't blame him, because the Warwick immediately called that he was going top lane, so let's call that. It's like, already this Amumu, this Corki's taking way more damage than he should in lane. He is being very careless. And at this point I'm actually pretty glad I picked Soraka, because the amount of damage he is taking is just slightly unbearable. And Amumu dies to these two. Shaco 250 health, Rennek 650. And there we go. He immediately calls AFK, and instantly my anger goes up, because I don't want to lose. We've lost a previous ranked game where it was a pain. And mid dies, and let's have a quick look. LeBlanc is actually extremely high health. Nope, she's not. She was down to 300. So about a nuke or so. Well, a bit more than a nuke. 2 nukes, and yeah, 2 nukes would do it. So it's getting interesting in this game already. So Mumu is still sat there, AFKing a little. And I'm just making sure that he says everything I need to, so if I do send in a tribunal report, it's a literal confession by him that he is AFKing. But he changes his tune pretty soon, and he comes back. See, and this surprises me. Suddenly Corki goes on the offensive, and it's like, whoa. And they just exhaust him. I'm desperately hoping. So I got the level up. Instantly, my ult goes in, so I saved that Corki within just a split second of getting my ulti, which is huge. And ironically, I think that may even pick me up an extra assist. Nope. Amumu's back, and he's down to 500 health against Renek's 800. So the fight goes on. It looks like Renek has dived under turret, and he's taking some severe damage. Yeah, and he's just been stunned there. So Amumu survives with 200 health. Brand takes LeBlanc down to 300 out of 900, but is yanked by Shaco, so being way too aggressive. And is punished for that. This is when I head... Nope, I can't head back with my DPS going so far forward, as it's just not safe. Wow, I feel all bunged up and full of gunk. Lovely feeling. Renek has TP'd back to his lane to put pressure on, which understandably will work, because Amumu has to go back with that health. Brand returns to his lane. So, and here is the Shaco, causing the issues, and Janet comes around, and it's just... Corki's gone back, so I have to pull out the flash. It's a shame, but happens. A little bit of arguing going on between the teams. So Momo's back, just so everyone can see the current items. As there's nothing going on my screen, I'll hold it up for a few seconds. Pretty simple. So a lot of the big fighting has been going on in top lane, with Amumu and Renek really getting stuck into each other. Bit more in the AP, and as usual the bot lane has gone into a sort of passive farmy state. But in a large sense this suits Soraka, because that's what she's good at maintaining, really. And we can see Amumu and Renek still going at it, bouncing backwards and forwards. Keeping an eye on their health bars. Amumu down to 500, Renek up at 1000. So it looks like Renek's... No, he was looking at it and... Yep, he's going in for it. 250. I'm watching. I believe I'm thinking. There's the ultimate onto the Amumu to save his life. Now, I'm shocked at this point because Amumu's just had his life saved. And look, he's just stood. I'll show you where he stood. Just here. So, I've taken a look. Boom. Shaco pops up. And the question is, why does he do that? That's a huge mistake. He stops to trash talk. And it's like, no one coming, thank you. But he did get a global ultimate, so it wasn't as if he was truly alone. Here comes the bonk. I can't do anything to save that. She ults to keep him in. And obviously Brand goes up, picks up the kill.
Double kill.
And picks up the Shaco kill. How much health? 408 out of about 1,000. 1,200. So he was in good health, as you can see. And he picked up a double from that. His build, as you can see, is a Negatron Cloak. The reason he has done this against LeBlanc is because LeBlanc can come in and harass freely. And a lot of AP players don't fully appreciate how good counter building is. Building a counter item against your lane generally will just make you a lot tougher. And in the situation of someone like LeBlanc, who has that free choice of I can come in and harass you, it's pretty important that you basically just have that strength to protect yourself. And this gets interesting. As you can see, there's a lot of people there. So here comes Amumu. He's looking for some fun. Looking for a good time. I heal up target. I have to flash, so I don't want her to finish me off just yet. And I silence her. we're now 45. So we're doing great. We've just pulled off start of the fight was 3v5, no one died, and we actually built, and as soon as Corky came in we picked up kills. That's pretty amazing. So we pulled back a really nice little fight there. Amumu takes 3 tower hits there, and look, Shaco's come in, so suddenly, boom, land that heal. And that heal is all important to saving Amumu's life. He gets away with 50 health, and here's the Shaco. Shaco's going to go for an escape, and obviously do so. And I'm taking a load of damage, and suddenly, boom, silence her. Rocket, she dies. Fantastic. Who's here? Rennek comes flying in. So, we managed to get out of that really nicely. And because everyone's going back, I don't want them to push the turret, so me and Brand stick around. And it's okay because she cannot burst him down with me here. 1, I'm providing magic resistance, and 2, I could heal him at a moment's notice. So there's just no... See, she thought about it, I think, or she was just farming, but... As you can see, look at her AP already. It's very high. So it's scary for everyone. It's a scary result, and Brand can't match that AP, but he is so much more likely to survive it. We sneak off here to do our blue, because obviously Brand with blue will be able to super farm up a fair bit, and this will help keep him really in the game. So I heal him up, and then we start heading back. Our biggest issue, we're ahead on kills, is that we cannot cover everywhere, and Amumu there was just being harassed, but nothing too dangerous. Now he's in a lot more danger, as we can see. He's still picking a fight there. So I'll just quickly go over here. Some harassment by Brand. And see, they're all going in and around there, but look at Vayne. Vayne on this minimap, happily pushing. And it's... If Brand wasn't in mid, then Amumu would be in more trouble. If Corky wasn't around, obviously the same. So there's a limitation. We just cannot physically be everywhere whilst keeping everyone safe. And if we lose any one person, it's more painful. But amazingly, we get to pick up a turret, and I have to ultimate for the fight down here with Rennek and Amumu. And Amumu survives with 250 HP. My wish restored 200. So literally put, you could argue that I saved him, but it's a very close call. I just guaranteed that he wasn't going to die with that ultimate, which is pretty important. And it's like... So that was painful. So you can see I lost almost all of my health to that one combo from LeBlanc. So I have to be very careful about her now. So as you can see, ward coverage is really low, but then we're not really in a place where we need the coverage. We don't need to see what's going on in our jungle too much, because we don't want to fight in small numbers. We just don't want to get involved in that sort of thing. So Brand is doing a good bit of morale building here, letting them like see that we have a chance. It's not over. Like, admittedly, it's a really close call. This game could go straight against us so quickly. And we're now... It's already at that stage where you can see Renek's like, we're just going to push here, and look at how their team is reacting. They're just coming straight for it. So the only thing I can do is immediately reposition. Look at that, see, I rush in, I land the silence on LeBlanc, and she has to flash to safety. Renek hurting on the brand. And he got hugely lucky with the bounce from Renek coming up to finish the Blanc. So huge luck there. And Shaco getting really confident coming in on this. Straight away, doesn't heal anymore. I ulti just because he got really low and I didn't want him to die. We're still going for them. We have that chance. And he picks up amazing. I probably didn't need to flash there. That's a mistake by me. Definitely a mistake, I'd say. So now it's just a mad push. So even I'm just using my abilities to push pretty hard. Now we have to be a little careful because of that Renek. So I'm staying well back because I don't think it's safe. And I'm not sure where he died just then. I wasn't paying enough attention. Quickly check. It's not here. It's not. Renek's teleporting up there, evidently. That should be F3, 4. There he is. He was trying to steal their blue. So we've gone back. Renek's pushing top. And the first item that I've got again is cooldown reduction and magic resistance. The main reason I got it is whenever I heal myself I'll be bonus healing and it'll help keep me alive against the LeBlanc, which is my danger. So I silence this guy and we're trying to get closer and closer, and as you can see Brand has a Rylai's. Suddenly we get lucky and he hits, and then amazing, a stun. So this gets really, really close, but obviously the Renek does a great escape there. This is my bad. I had my silence up. I should have silenced him much sooner. But I'm not perfect, so that was my mistake. When we come rushing in, it's like people saying we don't want to, but it's like we don't have a choice. We can't let them take things for free. CV goes up just to let them know, and I give I give Corki some mana. It's like we're not even worried about them seeing where we are. It's like, ow, that really hurts the Corki. But he's got some good damage. He's very helpful for us right now. And we're obviously not going to find anyone we want. They're just not going to let that happen. So we're going to see if we can get lucky. You know, try and push down this turret. We might get lucky, we might not. So we're all here. We're like in an okay situation where we'd be prepared to fight. That's the big thing. And the Mumu just doesn't get lucky with that. So slowly push up a little bit. And he sneaks up to the left-hand side looking for a fight. It's like, wow. I fail. I just healed myself instead of healing the Brand. It's like, LeBlanc is busy looking for access to Brand. So he stays close to me because it gives us the biggest chance. And I heal him up. And we start backing away. Because Renek is pushing mid, so it's a current 4v4. And suddenly a Mumu lands a good grab, but we just don't have people anymore. And I back out very quickly with those in the air. It's like Renek just pushing all the way, and we're just being followed. I'm using my health potion just to help keep me going. I'm like, whoa, 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 you crazy. Too crazy. So he's taken a lot of damage on this turret. He's done so much to us. Suddenly, this isn't so bad. We might be able to I think we can pick her up there. She's not really in great shape, and if a Mumu can land a damage toss, she has to choose suddenly. because of that juke, she has to die, and she had to juke to dodge the brand Q. So it's still very early. It doesn't feel like we're fighting particularly badly, but as you can see, they've started to cotton on. They're split pushing. I'm not sure what they're doing there, because we're not going to take it down. And with 3 people there, it's just not worth our time. Because it's too risky. If any of them come in from the side and pick off 2 of us, we can't defend. So we have to be really careful. Bran slowly pushes out the top lane again. So our biggest issue really is we're not capable of getting the pushing done that we need to. So I'm trying to decide what I should do with myself, and I think I pretty much come to the conclusion that, yep, some movement is going to help. So Shirelia's an upgrade, so we can chase down people on occasion when we need to. And Amumu is again, he doesn't like the fact we're 4v5 and it's instantly I don't see how we'll win, don't see it, and so it's a very negative attitude to take when we haven't given up. We're ahead in kills and team fighting a lot better than they are. So our biggest thing is we've just got to keep scaling. That's our big thing. We've got to keep going. And just so we can see, as nothing's going on, here's the current item state. Item state and creeps and everything you need to see. So we can see. It's all good. And this is where I'm stunned. Brand amazingly misses that. Like, what? Truly impressive that he did. And amazingly, he jukes down here. Nope, he teleported. He went straight below us into this brush and teleported because of the distance he travelled. And bot lane, as you can see, Amumu's fighting free. I give him an ult to keep him going because there's nothing else I can do down there. But unfortunately, with all these people there, he's dead.
Has been slain.
So we'll have a quick look, see what sort of health. So you can see there's all of them there, and they're pushing the bot lane. And there's only 2 of us here because Corki's out of position. So Corki has put us in a pretty bad spot. But amazingly, they decide to go push middle. This gives us more time. So with Corki coming in, Brand is already here, and then all of a sudden they change again. Like, they've not committed and done a push, so huge mistake there, huge, huge, huge. And we see that they're heading up there, so we're pretty much assuming they're going for Baron. That's our assumption. Amumu's coming in, Corki's coming in. I'm just waiting for everyone. He missiles to check the brush. Vayne has gone top, so suddenly they're not at Baron, so why not? All to gain, very little to lose, as we're predicting, and we decide, no, we're going to go for Vayne. We're all here, why not? So me and Amumu split to the, down here, suddenly the fight builds up, and whoa, 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 whoa. Amumu does a great grab, but we can't chase that too far, because look at this fight going on below us. Just freaking. So you can see Rennet comes flying in, and everyone backs away. Pretty ballsy move there. And she's gone down here. So LeBlanc's down here. I've still got CV. And like, she committed a lot of damage onto me, but it's just not necessary damage. Amazingly, Amumu still is holding on to his ultimate. Like, if he had just caught a few people and ultied, that would have been so much better. Instead, he just held it. But even in that team fight, we didn't come off badly. We got a kill, no one died. Even then, when he did that, if he'd ultied, he would have gotten that Janna. That would have been Janna, she's dead. So we attempt to make a push here, but it's a mistake. We're outnumbered. People are half health. Gets caught under turret. So we're in such an awful position, and we needed to back off. So I think luckily we do. Because this is being pushed. Vayne is down here pushing. It's like almost killing Janna. That was a brave attempt. And we see LeBlanc is heading up there. So we're suspicious they could go for a Baron attempt. And Corki splits off, which I'm not a huge fan of at that point. And see, suddenly we see, look at that, we were right, they were trying to come in. And I do my best to keep Brand alive with great success, great success. And we still keep going. And he lives, just. So this is down to my ultimate and my heal, restoring a good amount of health when he needed it. And I even speed us up now just to get us there that bit quicker. So I'm desperately trying to heal the Brand up. We need this Brand to be... And this is where I'm horrified. He is tanked half of his health just on this turret. That's pretty rough. Especially since I now have to hold my heal depending on who's going to take damage. And instead, look at him, he's just sat there for all of that damage. And then I miss and heal that minion. Admittedly, this minion does partake in the team fight, but it's not a good thing. I can't get out, so all that's suggested is I can't escape, thus I may as well stall for time. So I try and stall for time. Doesn't work that well. Those two come straight to the mid lane. So as you can see, they're rushing in. And the ulties, he's doing his best to stay alive, but he's not that tanky. He's not got the most amazing armor. And he was saved there. She luckily lives, just about. But what happens? One minion is allowed to walk straight up. Very impressive. So here we are, they're still going in, looking for a fight. I've quickly picked up a Hextech revolver, so I'm looking to start partaking in a more positive and damaging fashion. So ward here. It's like, what can we do? They've lost a couple of people, they're definitely going to go back and heal. So, another big chance, big moment, and we're only halfway through. So Brand's got it started. It doesn't matter if he takes a little bit of damage, because he'll just be killed off whenever needed. Luckily there's not needed just yet. Because I'm holding off in case anything happens, so I use it on my own just to top him up. And they're thinking, and it's like, whoa, Corki, we do not want to lose Corki. Corki is very important, he's the only physical damage we have. So they should just be building a lot of magic resistance, but if we take a look at their items, we will see 1 magic resistance, none. 1 magic resistance. None. None. So they've not even built counter items to our huge strength. So we're being kept in this game by their bad decisions, not much more than that, to be fair. This is where I'm slightly, oh that's annoying, because I was trying to reach 900 just to guarantee my item. But luckily my gold gen is high enough from summoners and masteries. Not summoners, rune set. And we can see Vayne is just happily up there pushing. They've got people in all lanes. But if you consider they've got 3 people, that means they could still have 2 people roaming to gank. For us to do that, that means one of our members would naturally be outnumbered. And that's not a good situation. So they're just avoiding the fight right now, because they do not want to pick a fight with us whilst we have Baron buff. Quite rightly so, but it's very frustrating because we can't press any advantages. We just lack the numbers, we can't split up safely. Like, there's just no way we can split up in any way, shape or form. Because look, they're just piling in to the middle. They're not interested in defending, they would quite happily race us. And they have the manpower, so they would go for that sort of tactic. So we've had to rush straight back because 3 people have just come into our base. And suddenly, look at them, they're wanting to pick up a turret, so it goes okay, because they're, as you can see, they immediately just, we don't want to fight you, we're just going to run away. And they try and maintain this for a long period. And we see they're up there. It's like, if we can catch them in a team fight, we're quite happy for a 4v5. We don't have much in the way of options. We need to wipe quite a few out to push. It's literally, we don't have the option available that we can sit back and avoid team fights. Just doesn't work for us. So we're still roaming around, doing what we can. And look, 2 in mid again. Their inhibitor respawning, Rennek at bot. And again, it's how do we split? We could put the Corki down there, but would Corki be safe on his own if, for example, Shaco suddenly came and ganked? Probably not. So we couldn't afford to do that, and if we send a Mumu down there, we can't initiate a fight because we have no tank, and it's the same for Brand. If Brand goes down there and Shaco comes... hiccups. Excuse me. And Corki continues with just poking and clearing out, but as you can see, they're just spreading out now. They've worked out. Every time we come close, they just run. So there's not a huge amount we can do against this tactic, because splitting up would only leave us exposed. See, and suddenly Rennek sees we're here, backs off. And then Vayne is top. And, like, see, now Corki's able to stay, but look at the numbers. 2 there, 2 there. But we can't avoid things like that. And suddenly it was 3 at top and 2 at bottom. So no matter what we do, they're able to put the numbers where we can't have people. So if you look, now that we're 3 in mid and 1 at bottom, suddenly there's another 1 appears at top. When we have to spread to try and help, suddenly 3 of us are at bottom, then there's 2 in mid. So we're like, it's very hard for us to go anywhere. So we basically are just being split pushed, and there's no solution to this. See, the moment Brand goes for LeBlanc, these 2 come straight back to the middle, and they run away the moment we are here again. And obviously still going on at bot. So this is basically split pushing, there's nothing we can do. They're not really afraid of me, particularly. I'm not dangerous yet at all. See, suddenly our people come in, immediately back off, but suddenly there's LeBlanc pushing. Vayne, for some reason, decides to change tactic a little. But look, 2 of them top, suddenly Vayne's back at bot, there's another 2 in middle. How can we keep this up? And then it's like suddenly, yep, you've been caught. Brand tries to make a force move, and yeah, we force them back, but suddenly, Jam is here, Vayne is here. We can't press any advantage. It's a constant now. This is usually very demoralizing for any team, because there's just no solution that you can do. You don't have the men to go everywhere. And at this point they back off, I think. They've taken a bit of damage from all areas. But it's just, they're able to do this and they've chipped down both inhibitors to half health. And I'm telling Amumu that the only way we can solve anything like that is he has to flash ultimate. Because we need to catch them. And I've gone with Ninja Tabby and Blasting Wand. The reason I went with Ninja Tabby is Shaco auto-attacks, Rennek will do a lot of physical and some auto-attacking, and Vayne is a huge auto-attacker. Vayne just got really lucky. I'm not fast enough to catch up to her, unfortunately. I do give it a try. But she dived Axec under the turret of the Brand. So the Brand got killed, and just because we tried to chase, suddenly Rennek is all the way in our base, doing masses of damage. And yeah, split pushing. So good. So no matter where we go, there's almost always someone. And we're just holding for as long as we can for Brand to respawn. But kill-wise, we're still ahead. See, everyone's gone here to defend, and suddenly, here is that Rennek. I go over, he backs off. Because we literally can't be everywhere. I've dodged a lot of damage, but suddenly it's like, whoa, Corky getting focused, making sure he lives, because Amumu's up here busily fighting with LeBlanc. We can't finish LeBlanc. We get unlucky with the silence. But yeah, this particular fight, we suddenly pick off 2 people from that. And it's like desperation time, we have to push, we have to get something for this. So we come flying forward. And this is where I'm like, I think I say Corky needs to defend. Yeah, I say it here, but he doesn't, and it's Amumu. Now, for everyone to think, look at this Vayne. This Vayne is based entirely around attack speed and passive. She takes chunks out of tanky people. Amumu has nearly 4k health. What will happen, do you think? He's gone in, he's used everything. Huge chunks. Huge chunks. It's like, that's not a good thing. Which is why I suggested the Corky, but the Corky decided to come mid. So luckily there's 2 of us back now. We're rushing out to hope we can defend. I'm sprinting through, and they just immediately run away. They don't want to fight, because they're happy with split push. And Mumu says Corky would have died, but I still think it would have been the better choice, because Corky had a more realistic chance to kill her before she could kill him. But it's still a 50-50, because obviously if Vayne ultimates, then Corky has no great vision. And with everyone down as is, it's like that's already gone. I see V, and we can see quite clearly they've lost. They've got Baron. But in this situation, we still cannot back off. If they want to fight, we have to fight. It's like when Corky's like, he can see all of this is going on, so masses of pings. It's like, wake up. You cannot miss this. So this is like, we're already, and they're backing off in a situation where they are 4v3. So it's like, you've got all these numbers, like suddenly this Rennek comes charging in like a fool, but he gets himself into such a horrible predicament. Get unlucky there, look at the damage, see, chunking him. Do the best I can to but so far it's... Oof. I do my best to pick this guy up. Do I get him? Yes. So we've picked up a good amount of people. We've killed 3 of them. They've killed 1 of us. It's as good as it gets. And we're still relying on the fact that because they're team fighting so badly, we've still got this open-ended chance. It's not much of one, but they're giving us the tools that we can maintain it, and our team fight is going so well that we haven't really come off badly in any team fight. So I'm not sure what this Amumu is trying to achieve by having us both go up here, but I can't really abandon him for no reason. So the answer is, we try and do some damage to this turret. Rennek immediately teleports and it's like, we cannot afford to fight this. I'm like, we don't want to fight this. I'm trying to give Amumu this clear signal. We don't want to fight this. People are pinging to say go back. We're winning, but look at this minimap. They're just trying to converge so quickly. Because they have the numbers to do so. It's like, we're split, they're just converging as quickly as they can. So they'll all be around here, because they'll have just given up because we've run away. But it's just they're using their numbers. When we're in small force, they just send everyone straight towards this fight, because even if they lose 2 people to kill 2 of us, it's a benefit. Let's see. My ulti here to save, let's see, I'm obviously saving Brand. And Corki gets blown up. So we've just lost our AD, and suddenly again it's 4v3. But the question as to why Corki got blown up so quickly is he has no resistance to magic. And LeBlanc is a great assassin. We have no, we really don't want to get involved in a fight outside of our base. It's just not ideal. Perhaps we should have been a lot braver considering the amount, but at any point Rennek could have done that dash, so we've still held them off. We've kept them at bay for a good period. It's like it's just all this pushing ongoing. So they've regained their inhibitor. We're soon going to be regaining that, and suddenly LeBlanc is going here, they've got people here. And the scary thing is, this game has been going on for now 46 minutes. 46. We have yet to take a single dragon. So they've had dragon control for this entire game. I think we've got 1 Baron each, or they possibly have had 2 Baron each. I mean, 2 Barons, we've had 1. It's like via AP Soraka. I've already been intending that. I've been increasing my AP, but I've also been increasing my tankiness. Because the single biggest thing I can do in anything is just survive to keep going. I'm just as valuable as everyone else in this game, as I'm another source of damage. And it's just important that everyone stays alive. So we're desperately just trying to stay alive. Because they're like, Amumu's trying to say, I need Rabadons and so on, but I'm not really being granted farm. I'm just picking things up for assists and just spamming my Q. But the primary farm is going to others. It's like suddenly there's a fight going on here. Look, Bane is still there, still split. Shaco splits off. We go anywhere else. Rennek tries to get in, but this gives us a chance. We're doing our best to catch him. It's like suddenly, oh dear, straight onto the Brand, but they suddenly, and he goes straight down here. I'm like, I can get this, Soraka. I mean, I can get this. They've chased down and killed the, they didn't even kill Rennek, so that's bad. And to do so, they sacrificed Brand, which is horrifying. I'm desperately... No, leave this. But he's obviously capable. But he isn't capable of taking me down. I am just that tanky. And here's where I'm hoping my infuse comes up in time, but no. Slightly out. Which is unfortunate, but just in that move alone, they were able to take 2 inhibitors. Because 2 people stayed there. We caught 2, we killed 2, but they still had the manpower to have 2 people down here, whilst all of us piled in. So it was unfortunate in our case. And they're trying to make us surrender, and it's just, that's not going to happen. We're not giving up without a fight. I'm desperately saving, because I do need AP. I desperately need AP. And this is me trying to goad them into coming and fighting us head on. If they would fight us head on, I'd be happy. Like, Rennek is slowly capable of killing me, but very slowly. I speed us up, but it's too quick. You can see my health is very, very good at going straight back up. And obviously, we can see the Baron has spawned again, so what's gonna happen? They will do Baron. Well, they can do Baron whenever they feel like. So more AP for me, definitely, needlessly large. My AP is getting good now, 279. I'm like nowhere near up to Brand's status yet, but I haven't got my Rabadons. That's what I'm working on. So we start. I have to clear these. This is where Soraka starts to really pay off for your teammate, is the later and later it gets, she's actually got a very powerful late game if you can keep getting a decent gold income. Because you have to remember, I've also built 2 non-damage items. Both have given me health and basically useful abilities. Cooldown reduction is something very big I've got. Look at this, they're all here. This is like as good as it gets for us. We need these big fights. So he backs off. My ulti is trying to keep Brand alive. We need to really kill this killer. And we've done really, really well. We have almost aced them. I've silenced this wondrous evil annoyance. And I get so lucky there by that kill. So suddenly from that one fight, we have managed to ace them. This was a 4v5 fight where we lost 2 people to kill 5 in this situation. It's like epic bug on Soraka, and it's like, I can see what he means now. He was jumping mid-air, but Amumu killed her. So since she never completed the distance, she never got the kill, and that obviously upset her. So I still can't afford it, but we've managed to maintain and hold, but we've got no chance to push just yet. So we're desperately pushing everything out. I'm moving this wave again. So the wave goes back. I just quickly clear it off. I think I'm just capable, or I'm very close to my Rabadons. And there it is. I'm now at 493 AP, and to give you some scale, I have just overtaken Brand, who has 487 in my range, and I have 532 in his. So I am now effectively an AP carry, with an extra 500 health on top of him. I just have slightly less in resistances. Still good. So Amuma was asking what item should he change as he needs more damage, and we say Shirelia, because I have a Shirelia as well. It's just not necessary for him. So, all of a sudden, there's that push again. Vane's coming in. Corky's coming in. Rennek is now pushing top. They're just back to, let's try and split push and take some stuff. I'm like, Rennek, go away, go away. Here comes... So they're still hanging around, split pushing as best as they can. Vane's up here, LeBlanc is now in here, pushing again. And instantly out. So we can't be everywhere, and suddenly look, there's 2 here, 3 of us here, and suddenly Renek's there, and he's alone with Gorky. That was an amazing grab. This is like huge that he pulled that off. We can't catch anyone, but still a huge bandage toss that he's pulled away to get. And Corky was chasing down the Rennek, and suddenly, again, they're still able to split push, because even now that we're even numbers, we're not a threat to their base, whereas they can just come in taking hits. It's like, again, Shaco gets out, but this Rennek straight back in. I immediately, let's quickly rush out. And obviously, Rennek just goes up this way. So we can't keep up with everything. He just could run through the base. There's no turrets protecting anything. And all this has gone on, and suddenly they've got most of their time back. Here's Shaco pushing. Renek's back up, Janna's in the middle. So they're just pushing in all lanes, but at this point we're showing that we're building up into a really strong stage. But obviously I need to build up, and I figure finally I'll just carry this now for Shaco and Vayne. This means they can no longer sneak around me, which will be helpful. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it will give us at least some more control. And I think Brand has overtaken me again in AP stakes. I'm like, can I get her? I give it a go, but it's nothing amazing. I don't want to overcommit because I have no idea what's going on around the map. To continue going on without a clue would, if I die, then I could lose us the game there and then. We cannot afford deaths. Even though I started off as the support, I am now as valuable as an AP carry when it comes to a team fight. As you can see, well, just absolutely smart items. Everyone's level 18. He's still stacking his Warmogs. He hasn't finished that. He must have bought that recently. So he's stacking that up. She's only just completed Rod of Ages, so that's still stacking up, it seems. Yeah, so you can see there's a huge amount. LeBlanc has an incredible amount of damage. It's like, we don't really have that great magic resistance, but we have to have damage ourselves. I'm just relying on sheer health to hold it off. It's like, look at this. Look at the damage coming in. Ow. Eventually, she overcommits onto me. That's not a good thing. But even doing so, they still got that inhib. It's like, that's pushing. We have no inhibitors now. All went down that quickly. I'm lucky in the sense that Starcall is giving me great healing. So I've just healed myself up quite nicely. There's a huge fight going on there. I'm desperately trying to keep Brand alive. We're all rushing in. Like, I'm just trying to disrupt. They've lost people from it. There goes Brand. They've lost, how many did they lose for that? 4. They lost 4 people for one of ours. That's pretty immense. So I'm just pushing forward because obviously we can't... When we get an opportunity like this, we must take down an inhibitor. It'll ease off some pressure on us, at least. And, yeah. And they're just like, why won't we surrender? Why don't we give in? And they have to beat us in a team fight to force that. This gets... I'm nervous of this, but suddenly Corki goes in, I've silenced. She can't just hide from us. So we're going down. Corki Flash, fantastic missile. We've got an ace, but just me and Corki, could we push? I don't think we could, but I think we should have considered it, but LeBlanc was coming up, and Corki's not really that strong against LeBlanc. So it's just not safe. So we're all up again, we took down the inhib, done what we can. I just sold my Spirit Visage and picked up the Zhonya's Hourglass, just for the extra safety it'll provide me when we come to the next big fight. It's been jumpy this game, admittedly. So now I'm sat on 570 as my base. I suddenly will notice in a moment that I could probably use double pop. Because there's literally nothing I can buy, particularly. I'm just there. And my nuke, you can see, is doing okay amount of damage. Reasonable cooldown. Like, that was incredibly good.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
And we're just picking up our inhibs again. So it's slowly getting there. There they go. Straight to Baron. So we've counted, I think that's at least 3 on site. So consider that amount. We could go in, we could interrupt this, but Amumu's defending, so we decide it's just not worth it, it's not safe. So we just run back. Because we don't want to throw it all away now with just one misplaced team fight where we take too much of a risk. So I'm like, they're going to have to pick a big fight pretty soon, so I come back, double potion. I don't need critical hits, so just health and ability power. And I'm way behind Brand now. Brand has overtaken me, and he's got great amounts of everything. I'm still pretty good. 600 AP, not awful. And I think, as you can see, this game's getting later and later. I'm like, come here, but they do it in front of him, and it's like, you can't do that in front of them. Run away, run away. Because if we'd been there, we could have snuck up behind them, and that would have probably caused us pretty good advantage. But consider, look at how they're positioning. We can see that 3 of them are down here. 3 or 4. It's 4 of them now. So like, one person's here. One person of theirs is mid. It's just constant. And there goes the Blanc all the way to the top. The moment we've gone out of sight, look at that. Straight over. Now they're splitting again for a split push. So our middle inhibitor is going to spawn soon. And we're hoping that, nope, they just run off. I suddenly dash us. Because we're gonna, yeah, we suddenly decide, I think I can do something. Corki goes in, silence her, and suddenly we've managed to pick up at least one. And they're down at this area. Like, this is very ballsy of the Amumu, but luckily Vayne's not interested in fighting. If she was, it would have been fantastic for her, because she probably would kill him. So that was painful. It's like roaming around. Suddenly, this huge fight below. And Amumu is taking quite this bit of damage, but they're committing to this. So I'm like, okay, this is good. He's really low, ultimate heal. Suddenly, he's down. We pick them up. Muma's still going, but look at that Vayne. She's just gone straight in.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
So she's picked up all the inhibs have been taken by that particular fight. I've managed to sneak up, and this is huge.
Dominating.
We've picked her up. So suddenly we've picked up two big damage dealers, or great backdoorers. We can see that Rennek is there, we can see that Janna is here. The only person that's missing is LeBlanc, and LeBlanc is not able to backdoor. Well, she is able to, but she's not that good at it. So we're suddenly, like, 3 inhibs down, we'll lose. This is because I've gone do or die, we're committing to this. Look at this. Rennek has teleported down. We are in, like, do or die straights. Going straight in. Heal him up. Look at this. They've already gotten the turret down from us. I've kept Mumu in that a tiny bit longer. They haven't taken that turret down yet. We've still got a Mumu. So we've still got him. They've just taken it down now. And game ends fantastically at the end. Base race. Well, thanks for watching, those that do, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is Hells, signing off.